YouTube, what's good, what's shaking, what's the tune, what's the word? It's your boy D Soon. I'm back with another video. It's late right now, it's about 10 at night. So I figured let me give y'all, before I go work out, I'm about to go work out, but before I go work out, I'm gonna give y'all a little Soon time, story time. Make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. And yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. It's getting close to the end of this month. We're about to hit August. August is about to be, what, in less than 2 weeks. So hopefully, you know, the summer's pretty much over. Hopefully y'all enjoyed y'all summer. And we approaching fourth quarter. So you already know it's crunch time. It's time to really lock down, finish up strong, end the year up strong, and get ready for 2026. All right, so look, hold on, let me make sure my headphones ain't on. All right, y'all, my fault. I wanted to make sure the audio was good. So boom, as y'all seen the title's pretty much self-explanatory. Pretty much, I ran into this old head. I met this older guy. Shout out to him. He pretty much gave me like a rundown story of, as y'all seen the title, he was facing up to 30 years. And I'm about to begin the story, all right? Again, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. And let's get it shaking. So boom. I happened to go wash my clothes, right? I was on my way going to wash my clothes. And while I was washing my clothes, this older dude approaches me. And he's like, you know, excuse me, do you happen to know how to screenshot on a phone? Now, mind you, I would say he was relatively, I give him 50s, maybe like early to mid 50s, right? So he approaches me, he's asking me if I'm able to help him how to screenshot, right, on his phone. So he had an Android at that too, which is not a problem. So I was telling him, I was like, you know, I don't really know, but what I could do is I could take a picture of what you need me to screenshot, and then I could send it to whoever you need to send it to, right? So he was cool with that. So that's how the conversation started. So I was able to do that for him, you know what I'm saying? He said he was super appreciative. He gave me the number, so I guess it was for his job or whatnot. Not to throw too much of his business out there. So then the next thing happened was that once we got that situated and squared away, he was pretty much giving me a backstory of what happened to him. So apparently he had a heart attack, right? So he said the heart attack took a huge toll on him. Clearly he doesn't wish heart attack to happen to anybody. And he lost a lot of weight, apparently. He said his body hasn't been the same since he experienced that heart attack. So he's pretty much giving me like his his trials and everything he's been going through up to this point. You know, he said he lost his crib. His crib was out on fire. So he's been going through it. So me and him was having a conversation. Me being me, you know, I'm very optimistic. Whatever happens in life, I always try to have a positive outlook, because that's all you got at the end of the day. With no faith, there's really no point in living, right? So I'm always, regardless of whatever I go through personally, I always persevere. I always push through. I always stay positive. I keep God first and just keep pushing, right? So I was pretty much giving him that same message to him. So he pretty much gave me a backstory where he's from and shit like that. So we started talking. So one thing led to the next within the conversation. He did mention to me, and maybe I'll speak about that on the next video about his kids, right? So anyway, so he happens to be a truck driver. Salute to all my truck drivers. Especially we getting closer to the end of the year. Like I said before, I'm already knowing that it's gonna get extremely busy for you guys because of the holiday season and whatnot. So I'm already know it's gonna be a lot going on. So he's been doing trucking for about 25 years, which is a long time. And that's damn near 2 decades right there. So he's telling me he's been in the trucking industry for about 25 plus years. And you know, we just started talking. We started talking and shit like that. Fast forward what got him into that industry was he was definitely in the streets. So he pretty much was giving me his rundown of what he was doing, not to put too much out there, but just the simple fact that somebody, a close friend of his or somebody he used to work with, he happened to snitch on him. So what happened was he got caught, well, allegedly, a guy that he used to work with, that used to be his man's, I guess he threw him under the bus, right? And I guess his man had to work, whatever, this, that, and the third. Point being is that his man's threw him under the bus, right? And he happened to go to court, of course, got arrested, and I guess during the court hearing, he was facing, as y'all see in the title, he was facing 30 years. And long story short, the judge reduced his sentence. Well, first and foremost, he didn't get caught with anything. This is from what he's telling me. So apparently, the police, the feds, all that, he didn't get caught with nothing. But they still felt that he still has some type of cooperation with, the drugs or whatnot, him getting into the game, obviously, because his man snitched. But like I said before, he didn't get caught with anything, right? So, anyway, he goes to court, this and that and the third. The judge reduces his sentence from 30 plus years to 3 years. So he did 3 years in prison, right? So he happens to get out of prison, and he was telling me like, yo, he already had kids. I think he already had his kids prior to going to prison. So he was just saying that once he got out, he was like, yo, he never wants to go back. And I'm pretty sure that's anybody that's been incarcerated at one point in their life, whether it's prison, jail, whatever time they did, they already paid their debt to society and they want to make a change for the better. So eventually he said he got out and he wanted to tap into what he is doing right now, is trucking. So he's been doing it for 25 plus years. But the message behind the story is the fact that, you hear that old saying, if you're going to do the crime, you do the time. And I've always been a believer in here. Look, this is a disclaimer. I'm not telling anybody to do anything they should not be doing. We all grown-up folks at the end of the day. But if you're going to do, and mind you, times have changed now. We got surveillance cameras. People can hear you speak. You're talking to your mans or your girlfriend or whoever. Things is getting recorded or whatnot. So everything, there's really no sort of privacy nowadays. So it's kind of hard. Even if you were looking to do certain things, it's just impossible. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just a strong believer in the fact that if you was to ever do any type of crime or anything, do it by yourself, man. You can't trust nobody, especially nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So, but that was pretty much it of that little story. We pretty much had prior to that, we talked about a lot of things, life shit like that. And one thing I always say, you could always learn from somebody. And the type of information me and him was exchanging back and forth, as much as he was bigging me up, saying he was learning from me with different things I was telling him, I was learning a lot from him. Mind you, he's clearly older than me, you know what I'm saying? And regardless of whoever somebody is, you can always pinpoint and learn a thing or two from anybody, just anybody. Things to avoid, things to learn from, things to do, things not to do. So, but that was pretty much the message of that. It's just, obviously there's no rules when it comes to that lifestyle. And, well, when I'm saying no rules, I'm saying the simple fact that there people create rules that they never follow. So therefore there's really no rules. You get what I'm saying? So, but anyway, that's pretty much it with that Swing Time Story Time. I came across this old head. Shout out to him. Salute to him, to his family. He pretty much gave me like his rundown of the time that he almost got sentenced to 30 years. And also, he felt that was a testimony too at that as well. So sometimes you know, God puts you in positions, and I don't want to get too religious or too spiritual and all that, but I just think sometimes when those things happen to you, it's a way of God trying to speak to you and put you in a different, just put you in the right position or lead you into the right path where you need to be. And before I end this video, also too, this might be off topic, but he was also mentioning to me about, well, I was kind of messing him about like, yo, because he did say that he had a truck. So I'm like, yo, why don't you get somebody underneath you to ride the trucks for you and you just take a pay cut? So he's gonna look more into that. But that's pretty much it, man. As I said before, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Somebody just pulled up. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. I'm gonna catch up with y'all. I'm about to drop one more video for y'all before I go work out. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, all right? Let me do this one real quick. Oh, shit.